Well, when I went into the basic training in the Navy, we flew a twin bi-wing airplane called a Sherman. And the Sherman aircraft could do anything in the air. And what you normally do, you learn all your acrobatics and all the activity that an airplane can do. Well, they took me up, and what they said, they call you wringing you out. The instructor took me up and he wrung me out. That's loops, barrel rolls, upside down, inverted everything, and I turned totally green, and I really got terribly airsick. Conveniently enough, he could see my green face, and he said to me, "Are you going to do it?" And I, so green that he skidded the aircraft sideways in the air, and I upchucked. The purpose of that was, by skidding sideways, my upchuck did not hit the aircraft, and I did not have to clean it up and be the joke of everybody once I landed on it. The other part is, I never very good at acrobatics. I could do all sorts of athletic things and tumbling and all that, but I just couldn't stand being upside down. But I made up for it by being extremely smooth and very on the button for everything that he asked me to do. Putting that uniform on for the first time was a tremendous thrill. At the time, so many people were joined the Naval Air Corps, but they didn't have enough accommodation to take care of them. So here we were in the as a naval cadet and nowhere to go. So the Navy decided to send us to a private flying school before we ever actually joined the Navy official ranks. They sent us to civilian flying schools in Lone Pine and Susanville, and by the time I actually got into the Navy, I had 100 hours of civilian flying. During that time, the Navy benefited by a number of the people that they took in were not adaptable, so they didn't have to expend the money for them, and they could eliminate them at that point. So after going through that, officially going into the Navy and putting on that uniform was a feeling of tremendous pride, and the fact that I think I never looked as good in my life as I did in that uniform, and what it meant to represent my country was very fulfilling.